dans 2 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear judo guests, on behalf of the International Judo Federation, Judo Federation of France, and from all the sponsors and supporters, welcome to the final block of Paris Grand Slam 2022 France.
Mesdames et messieurs, la Fédération internationale de judo, la Fédération française de judo et l'ensemble des partenaires vous souhaitent la bienvenue pour ce bloc final du Grand Slam Paris 2022 France. Est-ce que vous êtes prêts dans une minute?
Well, a very big welcome back to day 2 here in Paris for the Paris Judo Grand Slam. Known as the City of Light, this beautiful city with its rich culture and vast history once again plays host to one of the premier judo events in the world. Now, after day 1 and 7 weight categories completed, Japan clearly in the lead in the medal tally with 4 gold medals and lots of silvers and bronzes. Now, today we have the heaviest 7 weight categories, and the final block here on day 2 starts with the bronze medal matches in the men's under 81 kilos category. To introduce our matches for this evening, my co-commentator Sheldon Franco-Rokes.
Hello Neil, and hello everyone at home. The first of the bronze medal matches in the under 81 kilo category features Francois Gauthier Drapeau of Canada. He's up against Sharofidin Boltaboyev of Uzbekistan. It'll be Gauthier Drapeau in the white judogi, Boltaboyev in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Jean-Claude Jimby of Gabon.
It's nice to see, actually, isn't it? Another Canadian up there in the under 81 kilos category, and so soon as well. You know, it's and at this level, I've got to say. Boltaboyev, of course, been there before, very experienced, and a big thrower as well.
It's a really good point that Neil makes here about having players in the same weight category, and it's like continuity, and one bit of experience rubs off on another, and then you create this team around you. And I mentioned to Dennis van der Geest in commentary earlier on the difficulty that the French are having in the super heavyweight men, the plus 100 kilo category, where you haven't got that kind of depth that Teddy Riner should have been able to create around him. He just cleaned the category out completely, and they had four plus super heavyweights.
But it happened with Tally, didn't it? If you remember,
cleaned them out.
Tally cleaned them out.
Yeah.
No 48s from Japan, not till she retired. You know, but now that well, he's not retired either.
Yeah.
We know, you know, it's kind of looming. Is he going to try to come back for the next one?
Well, we're jumping ahead. I mean, I'm jumping ahead of it, I say a little bit, but Terek and Andriev, the 2 super heavyweights for the French, they are going to battle it out in the 2 bronze medal contests, so they may make it to the podium, but it could be the case that they won't have a French fighter on the podium. And it wasn't a really big, high-quality group, to be honest.
Well, we've had lots of 81s, 90 kilo fighters and some great matchups. This is going to be a good one as well.
And he only lost to Grigolashvili in the quarter-final, Gauthier Drapeau, so he could have gone further if you haven't come up against the #1 seed. And then he beat Guilherme Schmidt of Brazil. He's no slouch either to set up this contest with Boltaboyev.
Well, I was just saying as well, Boltabayev, of course, very strong and explosive.
Boltabayev lost in the semi-final to Fujiwara Sotaro of Japan.
Yeah, it's on good form today, Fujiwara. He's in the final, of course. That should be an absolute cracker. Grigalishvili against Fujiwara. But I have to say, Grigalishvili not quite at his sharpest today, but that goes for quite a few of the #1 fighters here in Paris. It's a tough tournament, but some of them are just having a little bit of a problem getting going, and I think a lot of that is because they're probably training through. I mean, it's only the second tournament of the year, just getting going really. They'll probably be peaking for either Continental Championships and then, of course, World Championships.
Just a heads up for you, Neil, we don't have today an All-Japan final. Just thought I'd drop that in there for you.
Yeah, well, I wasn't going to say I'm glad, but sometimes when you have the same styles fighting each other and they know each other inside and out, it's not always the most exciting fight, is it? So we've got some great matchups tonight, and it should be some explosive stuff. That was a close one there.
Just a single Shido up against Gauthier Drapeau.
Yeah, for anybody out there that doesn't know judo, the main aim is to throw onto the back. And if you throw onto the side, 90-degree angle, 2 times you get an ippon. But if you throw on the back with force, you get a full ippon, equivalent to a knockout.
Who was it that was just telling us that you don't see Tayatoshi anymore?
And there it is.
I mean, it failed, but it was a beautiful entry. He got really, really low, didn't he?
Yeah, actually, Boltabayev is one of the ones that does it.
That does throw, yeah. And Denis Vieru, beautiful. Slightly unorthodox execution, but he's got a lovely Tayatoshi. And Denis Yartsev of Russia, we could be here all day when we start talking about.
Let's hope we see them, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose we get to see it that little bit more, don't we? So.
Well, this is the first time, isn't it? We're just looking up at the crowd here in Paris, and the crowd are going right the way up into the rafters here. First time we've had an audience in 2.5 years. Quite remarkable, really. We've been commentating to empty stadiums, and it does make a difference, doesn't it? First time we started to get excited, and the crowd got more excited. We could hardly hear ourselves speak. Well, pretty even match, this one. Of course, there are 3 other ways of winning. Not just throwing your opponent, but holding your opponent on their back 20 seconds and by arm locking or strangling for a submission.
Just that little bit too far through with that. He was in as well.
There's a great man. Iliadis, World Olympic champion, doing a great job with this Uzbek team. He's got them all training like him. You could say he's one of the hardest trainers ever, and they're all doing the same. He said it was all mental when he first went there. I don't know quite what he meant by that. I think the application was what he was talking about.
I like the look of Gauthier Drapeau.
Well, yeah, I mean, I was just thinking now, you know, I mean, he's taken the place of Valois Fortier, the double Olympic medalist, who's just gone into the coaching, so he's now head coach of the Canadian team. And, wow, straight away, they've got a world-class under 81 kilo player. So now that's the second warning there for the coach.
For the great man.
The great man has to take a walk.
Doesn't matter how great you are, does it?
No, it doesn't. You've still got to take the same walk. And just to explain to everybody, you're not allowed to shout any advice while they're fighting. You can only do it in the mat 8 during the break. in action, and that obviously wasn't the case there.
Thought about going low left-sided again. Well, that looks a little bit suspicious, the block there with the right arm. I couldn't see it from this side, but certainly looked as though he'd slowed him down with her arm around the waist.
That first 4 minutes, 4 minutes, if it's all decided with a score, it's all over, but if not, it goes into golden score. So now the clock is ticking up. As long as they're not passive. If they're passive, they can get a Shido penalty, that little yellow dot there you see on your board. 3 of those and it's all over. So you can't afford to accumulate. Well, certainly not as sharp as we have seen in Bolbaev. I suspect that a lot of these athletes training through this event, trying to build up their conditioning, their muscular endurance, their endurance base. I know that I always came into the Paris tournament. It used to be in January back in my day, but I always used to come here, and it was never the right time for me. You know, I was always training, just beginning my training process up for the European Championships, which was in May. So, yeah, it's not an excuse, of course.
It's unfortunate that he's picked up a second penalty. Again, he's just blocked below the, and he's now
he grabbed the leg. That was it. I don't. Well, they must have seen that. Yeah. So that's going to be all over there for Gautier Drapeau. Because
the problem with that is that Boltaboyev grabbed below the belt first.
They missed that, didn't they? They definitely missed it. He grabbed the leg. You're not allowed to grab any part of the below the belt line. You can grab the belt as long as you attack off it.
He's in danger of losing this, you know, Boltaboyev. That the problem is the 2 penalties that Gautier Drapeau has picked up. He's got to get out of there. Can't afford to lose it on this. He just hasn't got the strength to pull him over, Boltaboyev. That was a good position.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The condition not as great as it could be in this tournament. Absolutely, and we've seen it with quite a few of the top athletes as well.
This would be a real steal if Gautier Drapeau could take this. And I just got the feeling that Boltaboyev is really gassed. You know, he's just got nothing left.
No, that was off the ground. No, it's definitely off the ground there.
Well, they want to have a look.
Well, he wants to have a look there, but I think he could have been decisive about this because, I mean, yes, you could say, well, were the 2 elbows down there, was it grounded? But certainly for me, Boltaboyev wasn't coming upwards out of the ground. He pulled him out of the ground. So I don't think they'll give it.
No, they didn't. There was just something about the action that...
Yeah, no. Well, I quite right, like it. Yeah. There is a dividing line there. If you're pulling them out of the ground, then it's out of newaza. So it's out of groundwork, so it doesn't count. Counts as a turn, but not as a throw.
He could have entered into newaza after that.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh. Turn.
Well, that went from one hand to the other. Well, this is really challenging the refereeing here, isn't it?
I'm okay with that as well.
Me too. If both the hands touch together simultaneously, that's it.
If he can hang on, Gautier Drapeau, and not pick up a 3rd penalty, I think he's got a good chance.
Yeah, he's certainly been the closest to any kind of throw. This is going definitely into Gautier Drapeau's territory.
And Boltaboyev isn't able to effect even an attempt at Newaza now. 2 or 3 times in the middle, you know, you want to grab yourself a little bit of time. You just haven't got the energy to burn down there. He needs to throw him, and Gautier Drapeau needs to avoid getting a third penalty.
This is about pace now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Gautier needs to go in, needs to attack.
And he's going to get the third penalty. That is really unfortunate. Yeah.
Well, I definitely thought that Gautier Drapeau touched the lower half, and I don't think it was. Well, I think it was intentional. Just my opinion. I'd like to have another look at it.
No, he did. It was clear from where we were. Prior to that, however, Boltaboyev had grabbed him below the waist. And that one, actually twice, he'd done it.
So they could have had it one each then.
Yeah, wasn't called. Anyway, Boltaboyev takes the first of the bronze medals in the under 81 kilo category. There was a second bronze medal contest between Sagimuki of Israel and Sami Chuchi, and it was Sami Chuchi who came out on top.
There was the very low Tayatoshi movement there. Now we're going to look forward to a really spectacular final. Let's hope that it lives up to its expectations. That's what everybody else in this stadium is thinking as well.
Well, we're going to be seeing Tato Grigalashvili of Georgia up against Fujiwara Sotaro of Japan. It'll be Grigalashvili in the white judogi, Fujiwara in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Olivier Deros of France.
Well, they've met before, and Grigalashvili came out the winner, but different Fujiwara here. And I like Fujiwara. He's got good balance between standing and groundwork. He likes to go down to ground. He's won a few of his contests today by transitioning good and turning his opponents into the Osai Komi. Grigalashvili, massive thrower, but has he got it today to beat this man here?
3 times Grand Slam winner, Fujiwara Sotaro.
I'd say on his very best, I'd just go for Grigalashvili, this man here, the Georgian, any day.
You're right, though. Fujiwara's had a good day. Rekviashvili, Pietri, Boltaboyev, and now he faces Grigalashvili. That's quite a draw.
Yeah, no, he had a hell of a draw, and he made it look very comfortable as well. He didn't look... yeah. So this will be a good one. Here he goes. Grigalashvili in white here, and Fujiwara of Japan in blue. Wow, the grip fighting here, just fierce. Looking for the dominant sleeve here, and Grigalashvili doesn't like the grips there of Fujiwara, just trying to snap them off. But you can't just snap them off now and not try and grip up again. You've got to go back in to grab your opponent's gi. Left against left. Well, that's the most I've seen Grigalashvili open up today.
It's a nice little setup because the Ashi was really to get him close. He wanted to get him close, an arm round the back.
Yeah, the closer he is to Fujiwara, the more he'll like it, Grigalishvili. That's where he doesn't want to be. Was that a Nippon, or was it Wazari? Wazari given. That was as close to a Nippon as you can get. Wow, what a Seoinage that was. It takes his time there. Hit the deck with some force there.
He's been rubbing that left hand for most of the day. Something's not right.
Now then, that's going to get it back. Wazari scored.
Yeah.
Oh, fired back. Totally different techniques there. You can see the difference in the styles there. The
Beautiful
pickup, the
yeah.
pickup style there of the Georgian. This is right. Have this one right the way back there. So it's a Wazari apiece, and all within about 20 seconds.
Struggling with that hand, Neil.
Sumigage this time. Well, he's had good newaza, good groundwork here, Fujiwara. His groundwork and his transition, fantastic. But that was good defense there from Grigalishvili. Bit of panic stations going on there. Well, Teguruma. People are saying Teguruma doesn't exist, right? That's how you do it around the waist. And there'll still be people out there going, that's not Teguruma.
Well, I think it is.
Big arm over the back. Now, can he use it here? Fujiwara's defending. He's going to get Shido for that. That right arm there, right the way into the hips, and he thought, well, I'm going to take a Shido rather than another Wazari here. Halfway through.
Here we go again.
It's going to happen.
Oh, but it's gone the other way.
He's gone. Fujiwara changes the direction, and that was superb. And they were coming up close together there. I thought, oh my goodness me, Grigalishvili here is going to take advantage of this. And all credit to Fujiwara because, well, he outdumped a Georgian, didn't he, there? And he took him the other way. That was absolutely brilliant. He's been on cracking form all day, Fujiwara. Superb judo, and that was a really good performance against real world-class people, one after another.
We were talking about how some fighters can be so open and going for it all the time. Well, right from the get-go, you said that's what you're going to get from Grigalishvili, and that's why it's going to make a good final. Every contest with Grigalishvili.
Yeah.
And sometimes, I think Dennis van der Geest was one who was saying sometimes it can be his downfall.
Well, that Seoinage was fantastic, wasn't it? Just rolled, it was a rolling Seoinage. Look at his landing there. Lands on part of the shoulder, then onto the back. So Wazari given. Now look at this. This is the second Wazari from Fujiwara. Grabs him round the waist. They're both round the waist there. Koso to Gak and takes him backwards. Changes the direction completely. That was real. Well, he really took a chance. That's all I can say there. He took a chance against a pickup man that can throw anybody from that position. And, well, he beat a Georgian at his own game.
This is victory of Fujiwara Sotaro.
And he doesn't look fussed, does he? Look at that. Yeah, so another gold medal for Japan.
I've just dumped the #1 seed.
Yeah,
Get on with it.
#1 in the world
Yeah.
there. Great stuff. What an opener.
Well, they're going to be treated to more action because we've got a really good final block lineup. Coming up next, well, we should be watching Ono Yoko of Japan up against Giovanna Scocchimaro of Germany. However, I think the referee's Judita Pisarova is just going to be called on to give the contest to Ono Yoko, because Giovanna Scocchimaro in a previous contest picked up.
Yeah, we watched it all the way through, and she was nursing a knee injury, and didn't think for 1 second she was going to come out. So a big shame.
Ono Yoko started the day with a bit of pressure on her, given that she's not their #1 pick, and she had a teammate in there as well, Nezoe Saki, in the lower half of the drawn. It looked for a while as though they would end up meeting. In the end, Ono lost out to Margot Pinot of France. So Ono takes the contest in the absence of Giovanna Scocchimaro. And Ono, because she's one of the senior players, is often called on, in particular in team events, to receive the trophy when they win the team event.
Yeah, it happened in the World Championships, didn't it?
She's not the superstar, it's just the way the Japanese do things, the senior player. Glad that she's got another trip abroad and gets out, and then comes out with a medal as well.
Well, it's another major medal, and you were just saying there that they have 2 in certain weight categories. The Japanese, they could probably send 3 or 4 in certain weight categories. They have such depth, but such it is now. I mean, the world team that went to the last World Championships was a totally different team, the #2 team, and it was the #1 team that went to the Olympics. Totally different team. Such is their depth.
Barbara Matic, by the way, defeated Kelly Peterson-Pollard of Great Britain in the other bronze medal contest.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can see the highlights of the bronze medal contest for the women under 70 kilograms category.
Voici les ralentis de cette place de 3e, des moins de 70 kilos.
So, an expectant BRC crowd waiting for some of their stars to take to the tatami, and they won't have to wait long, because coming up next is the final of the under 70 kilo category. Margot Pinot of France goes up against Nezoe Saki of Japan. It'll be Pinot in the white judogi, Nezoe in blue. The referee in the middle for this one will be Roberta Chioglia of Italy, and we were looking at Nezoe's competition record earlier on, and looking to see what she'd won, where she'd been.
Well, she's lost. She's 1-0 down to Pinot, their last meeting. They're only meeting on the World Tour. The World Tour, of course, is to accumulate world ranking points, and they pick up Olympic qualification from it. But that doesn't start until this time next year, so we're about 3/4 of a year still until the Olympic qualification starts. But it's come around quick. 2 years prior to the Olympics, and then everybody chases points. The difference is now they're chasing points to get world ranking up so that they get a better seeding for the next event. Margot Pinot is in white here, and Nezoe of Japan in blue.
Nezoe was a silver medalist here back in 2020. She lost to Ono Yoko in the final. So here she is, no Japanese up against her this time. But she's got Margot Pinot.
Well, and the whole crowd, as you can hear, there's a real hum going on. They'll have to grip up, and now they do. Well, the transition, every one of the Japanese have great transition from Tachiwaza, from standing into groundwork, and I think that's where Pinot has really got to be careful here. She can't afford to stay on her hands and knees if they go to ground.
Yeah, and she's been throwing really well today, Margot Pinot. Just getting pulled around a little bit here as Nizoi dominates the grips.
Yeah, it's left against right, and to get that sleeve there, you can see she was defending like mad. Pinot will get a penalty. Shido up there on the board. Stiff arms means you're not attacking, and yeah, she's definitely coming off worse here in this grip fighting exchange. But it still means that Nizoi has definitely got to attack off it. She gets the dominant grip, she must attack. Now, this is where the danger for me.
Probably just over the chin.
It's catching that sleeve. That sleeve is key. So it's going to go Shido. And that means 2 up there for Pinot.
Put herself in a difficult position with well over a minute and a half left to go. Missed with the Koji Gaki. That's what she was looking for. Nippon Seoinage top, Koji Gaki on the bottom and missed.
Like you said, it's put her in a difficult position now because no more mistakes. Can't have one more mistake. And if they're both passive, then penalty each would put Pinot out of it. We don't want to see it end like that. We want to see a throw, of course.
Just feel as though Pinot has realised that, stepped up the tempo a little bit. The attacks haven't been, the most attractive, but at least she's managing to get them in. Zoe is in danger just of having stepped off the pace a little bit here.
That was the closest, wasn't it? Yeah. Pinot right the way underneath her there. I think the whole crowd were underneath her there as well. Wow.
This cycle is important for Pinot. Really needs to be first. Strong attack. Just push Nizoi back as far as the penalties are concerned. Oh.
She's looking for the Uchimata, Nizoi. She's going to have to be careful when she goes in for it because the opposite stance, if she misses, possibility of a counter. Oh, there's the Ashiwaza on the other side. Both trying to attack that front leg. So into golden score. One more Shido up for Pino and it's all over. She'll have to keep coming forwards.
It's been a category where you haven't had, you know, a single dominant fighter. Marie-Eve Gahi won the world title. Arai Shizuru from Japan had won it twice. She took the Olympic title. Maybe that's enough to say that she's dominated. But then Barbara Matic. Whoa,
No,
that could be.
I think it was two different movements, was it? It was continuous. It's gonna count.
I liked it from the first look. Kept pushing.
Yes, as long as it's driving all the time, it's not two different movements.
She does take it without the review. Seen enough.
Wow, that was a nice Seanagi, wasn't it? Very, very low.
Well, as I said earlier, she'd been throwing people, not necessarily with Seanagi. There was a lot of, Ashi was earlier on, but she does use that action to set up the Koji Gaki, which she'd thrown with twice earlier today and had a stab at earlier on and missed. So I don't know, maybe Nizoye felt that. Anyway, she's ended up with a second silver medal in Paris. Nizoye. Gold medal goes to Margot Pinot of France.
Yeah, it would have been a brave referee to give that no score.
Well, let's have a look in the replay. Neil's going to talk us through it.
Almost definitely it was one movement. Seanagi, 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 drive, drive, drive. Look at that. And all the way through, absolutely a score, definitely a score.
Even
the
in slow
referee
motion.
was right on top of it. She knew that it was driving all the time. And it's only if it stops for a split second, then goes again, is it not counted as a score. But you can see quite clearly when you see it in slow motion there that it's a drive, 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 and it's an absolute Wazari. Good Kazushi, good Suruti, and she wins the gold for France. Another gold medal for France then, and the crowd loved it.
Come now to the awarding ceremony for the men in the under 81 kilo category.
Welcome to the medal ceremony for the men's under 81 kilogram category.
Mesdames et messieurs, cérémonie de remise de récompense catégorie masculine, moins de 81 kilos.
The medals will be presented by the Secretary General of the United Nations World Tourism Organization.
The medals are being presented by the United Nations World Tourism Organization General Secretary Mr. Zurab Polilikashvili. The first of the bronze medals goes to Sami Chuchi of Belgium.
What a great performance from Sami Chuchi.
There's a bronze medal also for Sharafidin Boltaboyev of Uzbekistan.
Silver medalist representing Georgia, Tato Grigalashvili.
Silver medal goes to Tato Grigalashvili of Georgia.
Representing Japan, Fujiwara Sotaro.
Gold medal goes to Fujiwara Sotaro of Japan.
Prize money and the flowers will be presented by three-time world champion, bronze Olympic medalist, five-time European champion, and vice president of France Judo, Mrs. Gervais Eman. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for
And now the national anthem of Japan.
Mesdames et messieurs, veuillez vous lever pour l'hymne national du Japon.
Thank you very much. The family picture with the VIPs and judoka.
Photo avec les officiels.
Jevry Zeman on the right side of the photograph. They're settling into her new role as Vice President of the French Judo Federation. Sami Chuchi and Sharafidin Boltaboyev were the bronze medal winners. Tato Grigolashvili took the silver. It was Fujiwara Sataro who took the gold medal.
Doesn't look phased, does he, Fujiwara?
No, gold medal winners normally have a big smile.
Yeah,
don't
no, they do, don't they? Just, yeah, that's what I came for.
Job done.
Exactly.
Next.
Wow, some great matches coming up. Under 90 kilograms is next, and you're going to see some fireworks.
Well, the first of the bronze medal matches in the under 90 kilo category features Davlat Babonov of Uzbekistan. He goes up against Beka Gviniashvili of Georgia. It'll be Babonov in the white judogi, Gviniashvili in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Turbat Entsetseg of Mongolia.
And the referee on the central tatami from Spain, Mr. Raul Camacho.
Saw at the Olympic Games, Turbat Entsetseg.
Yes, indeed.
One of the top referees in the world, and nice to see her back on the circuit.
I thought this, Bobanov, I think he's going to have to just do a bow on again. I think Gviniashvili from Georgia is injured.
Or did he not get a direct Hansokumake in the previous contest for the Kawazugake against
could be.
Yeah, against the Azeri.
So
against Mediev.
Well, there it is then. So Davlat Bobanov gets the bronze medal by default, and it's going to go immediately then into the final after the other bronze medal match, which is being fought at the moment.
Well, it'll give us a chance to chat about Morale and Mediev. Mediev is carrying a little bit of a knee injury. You can't afford to be anything other than at your absolute best if you're going to go up against Morale Sanshiro, because for me, Morale is one of the technically most attractive fighters on the circuit. We talk about posture and movement, timing, and all sorts of things like that go to make up the complete package. And Morale really looks as though he's got all of those things.
We were talking about it a little bit earlier, and of course he wasn't up for the Olympic place. Of course, Japan pre-select their team way ahead of time, but because it went a year after 2020, sorry. It went a year later, and of course they were looking at the under 90 kilograms category, and Moreau was coming on form and was looking set for a possibility of an Olympic medal there, and So I know that Kosei Inui took him a couple of places on his own just to see if he could get the place.
Yes,
and
that's
it never happened, did it? It didn't happen in the end, which was a bit of a shame because I think that he would have probably been the better one for the job. But hey, who are we to say that? But Senshiro Maru, though, is a real handful, and it's going to be one hell of a match. Like you say, Medvedev needs to be on full throttle to beat him, but you've never seen a more awkward opponent than Medvedev of Azerbaijan, because he's rangy, he does unorthodox techniques, and he has a very specific style.
Yeah, the Japanese were slightly spoilt for choice, weren't they, when it came to the selection in that weight, because they could have taken Nagasawa Kenta. I think it was, who were we talking about? Mukai, Shoichiro, who they ended up taking, and he tumbled out in round 3. The thing about that for Japan is that they had incredible expectations from a really well-prepared team for their home games.
And they delivered.
And for the most part, they delivered. And in that one weight where they stuck with the type of selections that they had said that they were going to make, if they'd gone brave and chosen Murao Sanshiro, it's possible, we can't say now, that you would have had a better result. However, given that we do know what Mukai Shoichiro did, or what he didn't do, because he was out in round 3, you have to look back and think, how many of them went out in round 3? Not many. So that was a slightly glaring hiccup for them. Poor fellow, I mean, you know.
Like I said, though, you know, we don't know them personally, and we, you know, it's a selection from within the country. They have their own process. I wouldn't have been part, I like to have been part of the process with Abe and Mariyama.
But the other thing about that is that there was the little matter of the mixed team event. And during the mixed team event, Mukai also went down in the final to Axel Clerget. You know, you start counting up where you are looking for your wins from, and you think that's going to be one. I want to take that, because Axel, you know, didn't do anything in the individuals. He came good in the team event.
Well, so, as the French do.
Yeah.
Big surprise there with the French winning the Olympic title. First ever mixed team event, Olympic title.
Well, we touched on it yesterday, didn't we? Saying that they're going to be back.
Every one of them was an Olympic champion in that team, the Japanese team.
Except
and they got skittled out 4-1. Except Maro,
except Mukai.
Oh, Mukai, yes.
He was the only one that was the one that they took on. So a terrific performance, and we have spoken about it before. It's coming up again, you know, the Olympic team event. The Japanese are going to want some revenge, and if they're going to get revenge, what better place for them to take their revenge than in Paris? So it's worked out quite funny. The two big, you know, head-to-head nations, and there's no doubt that they're both going to be in and around the medals, because they always are. France and Japan. It's become difficult because you don't have the single-sex team events any longer. It's a mixed team event, so you have to have a balanced team, 3 men, 3 women. Georgia previously had a strong men's program. China had a previously strong women's team. But, you know, there's that imbalance. So you just have to start looking at the teams that have got across the board.
Strong men, strong women.
Strong women.
Sure.
Brazil, maybe they could come into the reckoning and get their men's team up and strong again. Cuba, that should have been one, both men and women, but their men have fallen away in recent years. And then since Ronaldo, you know, no longer around there, then the women's team doesn't seem to be as threatening.
Oh no, it definitely isn't.
I think the Dutch might be, you know, a team to look at. Germany as well, because they're accustomed to team events. They are bred on that. But the real result was Israel, wasn't it?
Yeah, what a surprise, eh? But a surprise, but not. Came through to win a bronze medal at the Olympic team event. Well, while we wait for the other bronze medal match in the under 90 kilograms to come to a close, it's gone into golden score already. And then we'll have the final between Moreau Sanshiro of Japan and Mediev of Azerbaijan.
We were talking as well about the crowd here at Bercy. Just how nice it is to have a crowd back in and some atmosphere, and as things progress, I'm absolutely certain by the time that we come round to next year, this will be even fuller.
Yeah, I'm saying it's a full crowd. It's not quite, is it? There's a few seats out there.
And then we begin the qualification period later this year in May. So by the time that next year comes around, 2023, we'll be well into it, and this will be one of those vital competitions. I mean, they all are, because you collect points, and even though they disappear after a while, they help you to get seeding, and your seeding position can be so important. I don't know if there's someone who's done a study into the seeding, but it seems fairly straightforward, doesn't it? If you're seeded 1 to 8, your chances of getting a medal are a lot bigger, because your chances of receiving a bye in the first round are that much greater, allowing you in some instances to go straight into the quarterfinal if it's a small field. Of course, when we've had really large entries, I think, if I'm not mistaken, we have had as many as 800 people entering the Paris Grand Slam in previous years, you know, and having 4 rounds, quarter-final, semi-final, final. If you were unlucky enough to have to fight 4 rounds, quarter-final, semi-final, final, you had 7, and that is an unusual situation to be in.
Well, it doesn't happen now, does it? The very most that you can have is 6 rounds. So it's all over. The second bronze medal then.
Michal Skank.
Yes, goes to Michal Skank of Turkey.
Sinan Sandal is the coach for the Turkish team now. Hasn't long been out of competition. But they've decided that, yep, you can get in the coach's chair. We come now to the final of the under 90 kilo category. Murao Sanshiro of Japan goes up against Mamadali Mediev of Azerbaijan. It'll be Murao in the white judogi, Mediev in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Mathieu Bataille of France.
Well, they fought each other 3 times, these two, and Mediev 2-1 up at the moment. But coming in here, not quite at his strongest, but anything can happen here. Major final, you pull it out the bag. Batu there, who's refereeing the match, is also a double world medalist himself, knows what he's doing.
Please welcome the finalists. In blue judogi, representing Azerbaijan, 2019 Düsseldorf Grand Slam winner, Mamadali Mediev. In white judogi, representing Japan, 2021 Kazan Grand Slam winner, Murao Sanshiro.
Murao in white for Japan, Mediev in blue. And away they go. Well, we've seen a lot of that, haven't we? Attacking off the grip there. As soon as they take a grip, they're already moving in for the attack. Or it's the other way around. Maybe it's they're already moving in and then they grip at the same time. Did it again there, Murao, just for the Uchimata. So what it means is that you don't just grip up and then come in for the attack, but you do it all at the same time. But he'll have to be very careful with Mediev because Mediev can counter as well. Left to left. Left to left normally means that pretty tempting to go around that front leg there, the one that's stepping forwards. Mediev will want to do that, but he'll also want to turn in for the Makakumi as well. Of course, the danger is when you attack that front leg, if they change the back leg, change the balance, it can be quite dangerous. Possibility of getting countered. There he is on the Osoto there. Got to make sure that his head really goes forwards when he does that, Murao. Well, he didn't like that big left arm coming over, did he, from Mediev?
Hasn't shown any signs of the knee injury that was troubling him earlier on. Well, not as yet. Still got plenty of time left in the contest.
Likes to cross grip as well, Murao. Got a beautiful ashi was, a beautiful foot sweep, double stab at Diashi Barai and managed to sweep for Ippon in the previous round.
Yeah, I think that was in the semi-final, maybe against Alexius Mathieu of France.
Yeah, no, it was fantastic, wasn't it? It really was. What a change of direction that was.
Oh!
Yeah. That's a Wazari. It's not an Ippon. Did well to avoid it there, but it's always about the front leg, isn't it? If it's left to left or right to right. Look how he snakes round that knee there. Oh, beautiful stuff. Readjusts it, takes it over the side, lands on his side there for the Wazari. Now he's going to start going to work here now. We were talking about the posture of Moreau, weren't we, as well? And the defense that he has there, defends with the hips, beautiful posture. Doesn't look phased at all, Moreau. Just doing his job.
Well, I suppose the feeling of revenge is also there. He's lost to him a couple of times. And in 2020, lost to him here in Paris. So you want to tidy that up. Looks
it's definitely
calm.
A different Medvedev, though, isn't it, here?
Yes.
It definitely is. It's just a little bit below par, and, of course, that makes all the difference. Moreau just first into the attack every time. Second stick away, and that's it. It's all over. Slipped away from him there, Medvedev.
Be hard now not to look at Moreau as anything other than the #1 in Japan. Doesn't matter who is there.
I'm sure he's going to get all the chances here now. He's just taken one of them and brought them back a gold medal. Class act as well.
Yeah,
Beat some good people.
Doing it.
Yeah.
Congratulations. This is the first gold in Paris Grand Slam for Judo. And for Team of Japan, this is gold medal number 6 at this year's Paris Grand Slam.
Et sur vos écrans, les ralentis de cette finale.
And the silver medalist in this category.
Big reaching Oso to Gary. There it is, off the sleeve. I think he had both sleeves when he went across. Yes, he did. Had both the sleeves there. Just takes one across the body and catches the knee. Drives right the way across the corner. A lot of people think that with the soda you've got to go upwards, but you don't. Not all the time. You can change the direction with it as well.
Come now to the awarding ceremony for the women in the under 70 kilo category.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the medal ceremony for the women's under 70 kilogram category.
Mesdames et messieurs, remise de récompense, catégorie féminine, moins de 70 kilos.
The medals will be presented by the Minister of Sports of France, Mrs. Roxana Monciniano.
The medals are being presented by the Minister of Sports for France, Mrs. Roxana Monciniano. First of the bronze medals goes to Barbara Matic of Croatia. There's a bronze medal also for Ono Yoko of
Silver
Japan.
medalist representing Japan, Nizoe Saki.
Silver medal goes to Nizoe Saki of
And
Japan.
gold medalist representing France.
Médaillé d'or représentant la France,
The gold medal goes to Margot Pinault of France.
I think there was a little bit of bias there in that announcement, but you can understand why. We'll allow them that.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well-deserved gold medal there for Margot Pinault.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of France.
And now the national anthem of France.
Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. Family picture with VIPs and judoka.
Et maintenant la photo avec les officiels.
Let's give a round of applause to our judoka, please. Women under 70 kilo.
Mesdames et messieurs, veuillez applaudir les médaillés de la catégorie.
Bronze medals then, Matic, Ono. Nizui of Japan gets the silver, and Margot Pinault gets another gold medal for France.
Almost went off the
crowd love
podium
it.
there.
Yeah.
Coming up next, the first of the bronze medal contest in the under 78 kilo category. Madeleine Malonga of France goes up against Yoon Hyunji of the Republic of Korea. It'll be Malonga in the white judogi, Yoon in blue, and the referee in the middle for this one is Ramzi Shamirov of Tajikistan.
And the referee on the central tatami from New Zealand, Mr. Craig.
More French interest then. Madeleine Malonga.
And now, please welcome judoka on the central tatami.
She'll get a massive round of applause when she comes out.
2021 Tashkent Grand Slam bronze medalist Lee Jong-yeon.
Yeah, there was disappointment early on when Malonga lost her quarter-final to another Korean. It was Lee Jong-un, who upset the home fans. So she's had to come back through the repechage where she defeated Natasha Ausma of the Netherlands, and here she is with a chance for the bronze medal. Bit of a save for Malonga if she can take this one.
One apiece in their head-to-heads. Malonga goes in. She takes chances, Malonga. Hooks in. She's got to be careful with the hook. She does hook that foot right the way around. You have to be careful, that Tsubumigie, she, especially if it's directed backwards, but she normally turns it into the Uchimata. But without a doubt, it does trap the foot or the ankle. False attack, I thought that was, but
yeah, that was very weak.
It was really weak. It's early on in the contest, so she got benefit of the doubt there with it. And again, another weak one there. So you've got to try and decide whether it's a weak attack or just no attack at all.
Well, that looked as though she'd come under pressure from the grip, didn't like it, and thought, well, I'll just throw this in and it will break the grip up. Well, for me, that's a false attack.
Well, certainly Malonga piling the pressure on. There's the Uchimata. Oh, Uchigari Uchimata. It's going to be a Shido now for Yun. Definitely Malonga taking the initiative here. Well, I'm surprised she hasn't got a Shido on the board. I really am. I think we've seen one attack from Yun.
Well, the ones that we've seen haven't been that great. Just on the borderline of false attack, misses there. First of all with the Uchimata, and then the Tatami waza that really wasn't going anywhere. It's been all Malonga, to be honest.
Oh, she nearly ran onto that, didn't she? Went for the outside leg and didn't have any control of the upper part of the body. Look at that. Just managed to abandon it right at the edge there.
Almost got the timing completely wrong. Presenting herself for that technique from Yun.
Just backing up all the time, Yun. And now Malonga just needs to put an attack in, and she will get penalised, Yun. And that's again another poor attack. Now, definitely going to get a sheet up for that
What was she thinking?
I don't know, but she's done it 3 times now, not moved her at all.
Yeah, that was
well for me, you know what I mean.
Poor.
She's done it 3 times. There should be 2 penalties on that board because there's not one proper attack where she's actually broken balance.
But that one looked as though she'd completely run out of ideas. Well, we're going to need a period of golden score to sort this one out.
Referee saw something here. Something to do with the Kata, I think.
Both of them avoiding to take grips.
Hopefully that will liven it up. Uchimata there from Yoon. Malonga really tempted to go around that outside leg there.
And we saw more attacks in the last 20 seconds from Yoon than we've seen in the whole of normal time. Just step things up now.
Now something can happen. Oh, Uchigari, she's got to go again. Yeah, Yoon said, I'm not moving. And it's only action-reaction, isn't it? When they do that and you start to lift up, that's when you can be in danger, and she did the right thing there, Yoon. Just over a minute into golden score. Any score now on the board will do it. One more Shido there for Yoon. That'll do it. Here we go. Now they're starting to go. Well, that's the closest we've come to any kind of score. This will be Newaza now when she goes over. So there was a big break. Absolutely no score there. But it is a turnover into a groundwork situation. Can she get that foot out?
Malonga not able as yet to come up with one of those spanking Uchimatas or Haraigoshi. Tall and leggy, normally gets rid of her opponents with one of those. Not this time round.
I think it's down to commitment as well, isn't it? You know, it's fully committing into the throw. It's it looks kind of as if she half means it. And that again.
Yeah, I mean, the timing of the attempt from Yoon is clear. You know, you don't like the situation that you've got yourself in, and you're going to throw in an attempt. The fact that Malonga had to block it is the only thing that saved her, because as far as intent is concerned, she just wanted to get out of the gripping exchange. That's a better grip from Yoon, and it's slightly more threatening now.
Now it might happen here. They're going to go onto the front leg. Everybody was getting involved there in this stadium.
That's a good illustration of what the danger is, and it's Yoon thinking, if I go in here, I could get countered, because when she did, she almost got countered. Yeah. So she fears going in. And then Malonga, same thing. If I go really big, I might get countered. 2.5 minutes of golden score so far. That was poor.
Well, how many times has she got to do that? Might just be it now.
Yeah, I'm afraid that looked particularly poor.
Well, she could have had that probably 2 or 3 attacks ago, really.
Not the way that Malonga would have wanted to have won. However, the flags and the cheering for Malonga in the stadium suggest that they're not that bothered.
No, exactly.
They just wanted to see Malonga declared the bronze medal winner, and that's just happened there. It's not Malonga's fault, you know. You had an opponent who committed 3 errors, piled them up, and in the end that's what did for her. Madeline Malonga is the bronze medal winner in the under 78 kilo category. The other bronze medal went to Lee Jong-un, who defeated Emma Reed of Great Britain.
Four fifth places for Great Britain here. They have a ladies team that's up there and competing at the highest level. Here's the highlights. That's what we're used to seeing from Malonga. That big strong Ouchigari there into the Uchimata. One too many drops in the end. Meant that Yoon picked up a third penalty. This lady here, big smile on her face, says it all.
Coming up next, the final of the under 78 kilo category. Umeki Mami of Japan goes up against Audrey Chermio of France. It'll be Umeki in the white, Jodegi Chermio in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Roland Poiger of Austria.
Well, you've got to have your money on Chermio today. My goodness me, she's on form. We know that a final could be different, but up here against Umeki Mami, she's beaten her twice before. It's 2-0 up in the head-to-heads. She's on home ground, she's on good form. Anything can happen. It just depends which Audrey Chermio steps out into the middle of this mat, because if she comes out all guns blazing, uses her feet, combination attacks, and then hits the big Ashiguruma Osoto technique, she could blast her way through this.
Mesdames et messieurs, veuillez applaudir les finalistes.
The opening seconds are going to be important here now. Have a look at what she does straight away.
Yeah.
No.
It's away from him and he can't see the landing. So
it's going to be a Wazari score there, a bit carried away there, I think.
Yeah.
It's going to be changed.
It's really unfortunate because the landing is away from him. And for me, that must take that little bit longer before you give that decision.
Yeah, it just needed to take his time, didn't he, with it there? And like you say, he was in the wrong place when he called the ippon there, and I'm sure that he was kicking himself when he called it. Just should have just waited a second.
See, from this angle, you know, it's hidden, but you can't see it.
No.
Therefore, how can you call it? If you didn't see it, then better not to give, and your colleagues will straighten it out and tell you it's Wazari.
Absolutely. So she's got to go again on it, and it definitely was a Wazari, yes.
Yeah, now settle down. Well, we said immediately, well, we're on the other side. We could see the landing. So easy, and it's easy for us to say, you're the person in the middle, then just got to take that one.
She's got to do it again, but she can do it. She's on great form today, Chermio. She really is explosive, and she's all over Umeki. Umeki must be wondering, what can I do here? What she doesn't need to do, Chermio, is change her game. She needs to come out here and just take that dominating grip. Wow, that looked like that was close. That was close as well. That was not far off 90 degrees for that landing. Kosoto. So he's going to have a look at that one as well. So it'd be good to have a replay on that.
Well, we will. We'll be able to get to see it.
Oh, they're going to give it. I'm sure they'll give that.
Yeah.
That's just right on the line there for what a Wazari is, but really, I think she'll get a second Wazari for that.
It's not because it's Chermier, it's not because it's France. I really like that, and they haven't. Okay,
no, they
you can't get them all right.
Well, they gave Wazari for others that were pretty similar. So Chimeo's got to do it again.
Head up, got to get out of there. Go back to the Ashiwaza as well.
Yeah, she's got good feet, hasn't she? She might as well use the feet all the time.
Well, she threw Ogata here in the World Championships. Absolutely flattened her. That was quite some time ago, but you know, she's not the first Japanese to get dumped in Japan by Chermio.
So the great Lucy DeCosse in the chair there, World Olympic champion. Former, of course, but good to have her in your chair.
Bad positioning from Umeki. I can't understand it. Out-gripped, out-positioned, and just looks, you know, looks clueless.
Looks as if she's really struggling with it, isn't it? I mean, she's all over her.
I think it's the power of the gripping and movement that is really putting Umeki in the strangest of positions.
Well, I wouldn't change that right arm coming over, not for anything. So Chimeo needs to use the feet here.
Yes.
Do what she's been doing right from the beginning. Over halfway now. She's going to look for that Kosoto again, but she needs to be a little bit careful she doesn't walk onto an Uchimata. Well, the crowd are loving this. Of course they are.
I'm liking it.
It is. It's great.
Just picks up a penalty for the false attack. We're halfway through, Neil. That's the problem. There's a long time to go, and Umeki could come back into this. Best for Chermio to try and finish it now. Oh, good grip around the waist. Don't go there. Oh, that was close.
How close is that then for the counter? And now, Umeki looking for the shimiwaza. I mean, I have to say, from a judo perspective, it would be an absolute travesty, wouldn't it? If Chimeo was to lose this now, but
especially
you can't take that away, from Umeki. Umeki pushing forward, she realizes she's got a second half of this contest to go.
Needs to get rid of that left arm up around the collar. That's just pulling her down and in.
Second penalty coming up for Chimeo, and this now is going to be a problem. Second Shido for Chimeo because she was in defense and just arms around and just using the arm at the waist there to defend.
On the belt and blocking.
So from thinking that she had it in the opening second there, she's having to fight for her life here. Watch Umeki come on now, because she's 1 minute 13 to change this.
Too long to avoid a third Shido, sorry, Neil. Sorry.
I was going to say, if she gets a Wazari on the board, this could all go pear-shaped.
Yeah, that's the grip. Yeah.
That's the one she wants.
Yep.
Now she needs to go. Chimeo needs to attack.
No. 40-odd seconds left to go, and Chimeo should have known on the safety area to get out of there. She was lucky to get out there. Don't get wrapped up in a defensive position with Umeki, but the attacking position, go for. Take some time off the clock. 28 seconds left to go. All of a sudden, from a minute 13 when it was all Umeki, now 28 seconds. Now
she might just pick herself up here now. She just needs to come out as if it's the beginning of the contest. So let's see what Chimeo does here now with this last 28 seconds.
And tactically, she can burn a Shido, Neil. Look at that right arm, just keeping Umeki off.
Oh, that was close.
Yeah.
Oh, now Umeki, has she got the shimiwaza?
Left the neck
She's
up.
got, oh, she might have the strangle here, but was it across the face? Yes, it was. 13 seconds to go. 13 seconds, she just needs to run away. Like you said, she can waste this, Shido. And she's
doing
thinking
that.
the same, I think.
Yeah, she's heard us.
She'll get the Shido, but she's won the gold medal. She had to fight for it in the end, but she deserves it. Thought she'd got it in the opening second, then she thought she might have had that second Wazari as well. There's the Shido she gets.
Accept it.
Yeah. Ah, they had to
Well,
give it.
I'm not sure why the crowd are booing for the
Shouldn't be booing
Shido.
for that. Absolutely, she deserves that. Just drops on her knees, she deserves it, but deserved the gold medal as well. Woo. Was she made to fight for that?
Well, I mean, I was surprised at some of the tactical errors from a player of Umeki's quality. Wasn't able to engage Chimio in the middle of the mat for Niwaza, where I think she's super strong. Got herself into some incredibly poor positions.
Just got out-gripped, I think.
Especially at the beginning. The first 2 minutes, it was all Chimio. She was lucky to still be in it, Umeki.
Well, it was a contest of two halves,
Yes,
wasn't it?
yeah.
And she just managed to hold on there. Chimeo, without a shadow of a doubt, the two scores that she had, I mean, one was not far off. A Nippon was it? It was a Wazari, actually, it was a Wazari.
Yes.
The second
yes.
one, I thought, wasn't far off a Wazari, especially the new 90-degree landing. We've saw some Wazaris a little bit earlier in the day that were given for the same, but she held on.
We didn't see the landing from another angle. That was the only thing. We just saw it from our one, and the one that we saw it from, it looked to us like Wazari. But in the end, doesn't matter. I mean, look how she got roughed up. She just got, you know, bundled around. That was the score that was given Ippon, but was, as Neil said, that was clearly Wazari from our point of view. Didn't know what to do.
No, absolutely. Didn't know what to do, but credit. Audrey Chimeo, lovely person as well.
Yeah.
And she really is a really nice person, and couldn't happen to a better person. Fantastic stuff.
You celebrate, but you say no. Nope. Wait for it, wait for it. Greatest shot of the day. I'm sorry.
I like to see her smiling, I really do.
That was terrific.
That was great stuff.
Yeah, even the crowd laughed at that one. Oy.
Well, Lucy DeCosta.
Lucy DeCosta was funny as well.
She had to laugh there, didn't she? Brilliant stuff. Drama here in Paris.
We come now to the awarding ceremony for the men in the under 90 kilo category.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the medal ceremony for the men's under 90 kilogram category.
Mesdames et messieurs, remise de récompense, catégorie masculine, moins de 90 kilos.
The medals will be presented by the IJF guest, Mr. Patrick Bahadourian.
The medals are being presented by the International Judo Federation special guest, Mr. Patrick Bahadourian.
And representing Uzbekistan, Tavlat Boborov.
The first of the bronze medals goes to Mihail Skank of Turkey. There's a bronze medal also for Davlat Bobonov of Uzbekistan.
Silver medalist representing Azerbaijan.
Silver medal goes to Mamadali Medhiev of Azerbaijan. The gold medal goes to Murao Sanshiro of Japan. Still,
what a great performance, wasn't it, from him?
still calm.
Yeah, still calm, very calm, and kind of expects it now. And I think he'll establish himself over the next year or so as the clear Japanese #1 in the weight category.
Yeah, he looks dangerous. Doesn't look as though he's going anywhere in a hurry.
No, just on the top of the rostrum, that's it.
It's a pity, really, how quickly Baker Mashu disappeared. You know, he really came with some quality judo, had that one big high, and then off he went.
For the national anthem of Japan.
And now the national anthem of Japan.
Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. Arigatou gozaimashita. Family picture with VIP and judoka.
Et maintenant, la photo avec les officiels.
The official picture, and athletes can take their masks off for this one, having battled together and rolled around all day together anyway. And we've still got three weight categories to come. The under 100 kilo category for men, and then the super heavyweights, the plus 78 kilo category for women, and the plus 100 kilo category for men. Babonov and Skank were the bronze medal winners. Medvedev took the silver. It was Morale to take the gold medal. Coming up next, the first of the bronze medal contest in the under 100 kilo category.
Ladies and gentlemen, now it's time.
Michael Korrel of the Netherlands
under 100 kilogram category.
goes up against Muzaffarbek Turaboyev of Uzbekistan. It'll be Korrel in the white judogi, Turaboyev in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Lim Hee-dae of the Republic of Korea. Here's Neil.
Well, Michael Korrel is he's the #1, isn't he? At minus 100s in the Netherlands, and world ranked #1. He's been world ranked for some time. I'm not sure if he's still absolutely world #1 at the moment, but coming back onto form, Michael Korrel. But sometimes takes a little while. He's got a very awkward young Uzbek fighter, Turaboyev. Saw him for the first time in Uzbekistan, and I remember that Iliadis said to me, the great Iliadis said, "Watch out for this boy. He's a good one." Very tall. Look how tall he is to Korrel. But of course, Korrel, very experienced, and will be looking to do his drop C and Aggies.
Cyril Marais was tall for 100 kilos, but not this tall.
Yeah,
I've never seen anyone as tall as this in the under 100 kilo category. He just caught the skirt, Korrel, as he was blocking out there, but he's given up Wazari, so.
Well, he might get the Shido as well. They should give the Shido as well if they see it, because it might have prevented the Ippon, right? So.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
So they should give it.
Well, he does get a Shido. Not quite sure what.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure either. It should have been for touching the bottom half.
Yeah, I got lost with.
And it's all over.
Yeah,
it's
done.
all over.
Done.
My goodness me, Turabayev there absolutely took apart the #1. Did we say he was #1 in the world at the moment? World rankings?
Not any longer.
Not any longer, but
the Olympic Games and other events that have come after have sorted out that position. He's dropped down a bit. Yeah.
What a great performance that was. Turabayev there just took apart a real class act there, and Michael Corral will go away there and have a look at that to see what happened, because that big arm coming over the back there, and you've got to say it's unorthodox technique. It's not your normal style of judo, but wow, that was impressive.
Armen Adamian of Russia is the world #1 at the moment. But Turabayev probably fancies himself as being world #1 at some stage. He's got a little way to go. Liadis may have pointed out the fact that he's on his way up, that he's in the top 20 anyway, and after today.
Well, off the belt there, he had to attack straight away. Look at that. And he did big hips across, changes direction then for the Osoto. That was the first Wazari. And then look, Soda Makakomi there. It didn't look anywhere near, but gets the rotation.
It's the arm, isn't it? He just pulls that across the body. He's really got it wrapped up. And Michael's not getting off that. Look at that. Really had that.
Yeah, the Kazushi there, absolutely phenomenal. So a medal, well-deserved medal there for Uzbekistan. And we're going to see a lot more of this this young man, I tell you now.
Yeah, the Uzbek team have been given an incredible lift with Ilyas Iliadis going there and taking up coaching duties. Just something about the... I don't want to say like Svengali, but he's charismatic. There's something about Ilyas Iliadis that judoka just, you know, are drawn to. They believe in him. So the things that he's putting out, they're going to follow. And they've had a real dose of success there. And I think that's just going to enhance his reputation.
Well, he goes up ropes and up mountains, you know, so they're following him there. Yeah. He does.
Follow me, mate.
Yeah, follow me, and we're going to get to the top. But you're right, it's the work rate there that, well, without a doubt, he's changed the mindset.
They really believe in him. He's quite an inspiration, Iliadis, and that's right throughout the weights. You know, normally you'll get someone who injects that kind of belief in the weights around him, but right at the other end of the scale, you know, the super lightweights at 60 kilos, and then some of the heavyweights. I mean, all right, he did previously, you know, at times flirt with under 100 kilos, Iliadis, but better known for 90, and I suppose really when they come to write the history books and everything, it will be his win at under 81 kilos in Athens that will probably go down
at 17 years of age.
Yeah,
yeah,
as being the most special moment. But there's no escaping the fact that he has left a mark in judo, and when they come to write those, you know, legends of judo, he's going to be up there, you know, in the book. interesting to see what happens in that 100 kilo category, actually, because we're talking about Turaboyev and other people in and around that, but every Olympic cycle sees a number of people disappear from the list of athletes on the circuit. I'm just wondering whether Valem Lipitiliani is going to be one of those people who decides, okay, maybe I've had enough and I'll wrap things up, or whether he'll continue on to
Well, I think
Paris.
we're going to have a few that will decide on making a little bit of a comeback. Some it will work for and some it won't. Some will just say enough's enough. Difficult decision. It's never an easy decision to make, and it's one of the most difficult decisions I've ever had to make.
Because you mentioned Simeon, no, you mentioned Michael Corral and his position in the Netherlands. Well, Simeon Katarina is only one place behind him in the ranking list. So already the pressure is on, and last time Katarina was sort of disappointed at not getting the selection, although I thought Corral was an absolute cert, but not this time round. He's going to come under a lot of pressure. Could be that Anissa Sanablidze of Georgia will give Valem Lipitiliani a run for his money. Wolf of Japan seems fairly well set. I don't think he's going to be an easy man to dislodge from that #1 spot. And Arman Adamian just keeps looking better and better for Russia. I don't think George Fonseca is going to be troubled by anyone in Portugal. Toma Nikiforov, if he goes the full cycle from Belgium, same thing. Peter Palchik of Israel. So it's going to be an exceptionally difficult category. And maybe there'll be a couple there who'll say, maybe I don't fancy it. I don't want the rough and tumble of it any longer at the back end of my career. Turaboyev, however, is fairly new to the weight category, so
he might just be the surprise there.
Yeah. Well, he's so awkward.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Unorthodox. Tallest fighter I've ever seen in the weight category. But that's just some of the names in the top 10. Of course, there's a couple of Russians up there as well that we didn't mention. Niaz Bilalov, Niaz Ilyasov might be the back end of his career. Cho Guam, who'd been world champion before and always difficult. Again, another slightly, in stature, unorthodox fighter. Yeah, there's a lot to look at there. One of our fighters from yesterday, Yondan Perenli Bashku, on the left-hand side of that shot. I hope that they're not going to show too many others, and I'll embarrass myself by not being able to pick out the names. But
well, there's a few there. If you know all of their names, then you're doing well. But it's going right the way up to the rafters.
Jean-Pierre on the right-hand side there. An interesting point may be the newcomers into the weight category from the weight below. Nicholas Sherazadishvili, who 2 occasions now we've seen him, and he's come unstuck on both last week in
yeah, you don't see that very often, do you?
And then second round here today. So that won't be easier, but I'll be interested to see what happens with some of those who've made the move up. Alexander Kukolya came in at the back end of the qualification cycle, managed to get himself up to the top 10 in the world. And then we haven't mentioned either Contaro, but I think we can now, given that he's won the second of the bronze medal contests. So he picks up the second bronze medal. Muzafarbek Turaboyev of Uzbekistan having won the first.
For men under 100 kilogram category. In blue judogi, representing Japan, Ida Kentaro.
Right, so I think we had a good look, a good examination of the under 100 kilo category lineup. And throughout the IJF World Tour, we'll bring you some of those names and maybe a few others that come into the mix. But on the whole, that's who we're going to be looking at. That is a tough category. A lot of quality there.
Well, we've just seen the second bronze medal then being won by Aida of Japan and beautiful Uchimata against Buzzacarini of Brazil. All set then, ready to go for the final in the men's minus 100 kilos category.
Yep, all set here, as Neil says. We're just waiting for the two athletes to take their place, and it will be Toma Nikiforov of Belgium to go up against Peter Palchik of Israel. Nikiforov in the white judogi, Palchik in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Ioana Babiuk of Romania.
Well, I think with their head-to-heads, Palchik definitely ahead on their head-to-heads.
The referee from Romania is Ioana Babiuk. And now, please welcome the finalists. In blue judogi, representing Israel, 2020 Paris Grand Slam winner.
I think they've only fought once, and it was Nikiforov who came out the winner.
Well, he had a big smile on his face then when he just walked in, so obviously enjoying this, getting back to form. He's come back after injury. They know each other. It's going to be a tough match. Both big throwers. I don't think it's going to go to time, this.
All right, then that's my thinking on it. And having thought about the fact that they're both big throwers, it'll be interesting to see who's got the best defense.
Yeah, I think it'll be about pace as well, and who gets in there first. Trying to attack off the sleeve there, Palchik.
Didn't have the sharp bite that you normally see with that low right-sided Marotta Seanagi from Nikiforov.
Oh, comes across for the Sodi Surikamigoshi there. Sodi, but then goes in for the Osoto. A lot of the Israeli team doing the same. Watch him attack off that sleeve. Shido to Palchik then for pulling away, not going back into the grip. See, this is where I believe that they've got to be just that little bit cautious on that, and it's about intention, isn't it? If they have the intention to go back in or to score Ippon, give them just that little bit more time. I think that's the beauty of this new gripping thing. Oh!
Didn't quite have the best angle for the change of direction.
He changed the direction, but was a bit off balance there. Oren Smadja in there, Olympic silver medalist. He also, well, that's where this this massive hip stuff comes from. The Sodi, he had massive hip movement, Oren Smadja, and he's there now. He's doing a great job with the men's team in Israel. So Palchik just the one, just taking the initiative here. Nikiforov just waiting for the opportunity to go in. Shido, I think. So it means 2 up for Palchik, which isn't a good thing.
Slightly over-ambitious from
I think so. It looked poor, didn't it? I mean, we know that Palchik probably killed it dead, but it still was a poor technique.
Yeah, he felt that coming and dealt with it fairly easily in the end. Again, I mean, it's the speed with which Palchik is able to pick up the action and block it that's, you know, making Nikiforov look a little bit flat-footed or slow. Palchik is reacting very quickly, and by the time that Nikiforov gets to where he wants to go or where he'd like to be, Palchik has closed it down.
Well, the referee gave Nikiforov a Shido for it, and top table have told her to take it off, so it's gone off. That was close, wasn't it? Off the floor.
A crowd throw, yeah.
Yeah, looks spectacular.
Yeah. Two penalties picked up by Palchik. Can't afford another. That'll be the end of it.
Yeah, no more mistakes here.
But it's been the gripping that has caused Palchik the problems, as opposed to false attacks. He's strong in his attacks. Just needs to keep that up. Oh.
They're going to open up now. Something's going to happen from here. Oh, now then. No. That was close there. Did a bit of a nosedive there, Palchik. They were close, weren't they? Both of them in there looking for the same kind of thing. So just a little bit of a clash there for Palchik onto his nose. Nothing intentional, just part of the movement.
You're just going to have that tidied up. Maybe it was slow to begin to bleed, but a bang like that can often result in that kind of outcome. So we'll wait till Palchik tidies it up, and then we'll get going again.
Big movement there from Nikiforov. Here's the face plant. Nothing intentional there, just all part of the movement. World rank 6 there, we can see. 29 years of age, so I suspect this will be his last Olympic run. Tends to be a little bit older for the heavier weight categories.
I think when you see someone at the juniors, I think I first saw Nikiforov at the Junior Europeans, and it was a good while ago. I think he was 18 or, yeah, 18, 17 or 18. You get the feeling that they have been around forever and gone through all of those stages, and there he is, Paris Grand Slam final.
29 years of age.
Just wants that one medal, doesn't he, Nikiforov?
So stats there for everybody to see. Mostly wins, but of course went through a period of quite bad injury. And you can see there that is the percentage of his ippons there. 71% of all his matches end in ippon. There's a stat that probably doesn't want anybody to see, that he doesn't want to go to the ground. Doesn't like groundwork. So Palchik comes on all mummified up there. That's to stop the blood, because if there's more than twice with the same abrasion, so if the blood comes out of the same place, and unfortunately that means either nostril if it's the nose. You can't have, somebody tried it on, doctor was telling me, they said, well, it came out, the blood came out of my other nostril. It was a good attempt, but didn't work.
Very cute.
Yes. Sianagi there, Nikiforov.
Nikiforov just pointing out that there was some blood on Palchik's hand, and Palchik said it's okay, that was there before.
Somebody else's.
Let's get on with it, yeah.
It's just going to be one score here. Any score now, and it's going to be all over. Palchik gets up, and it looks really uncomfortable, doesn't it, that strapping there. Difficult to breathe with it as well. Doesn't help. Wow, this is a close one. We expected it to be pretty tight. Now then, is it Surigoshi this time? Big hips across. Palchik has to keep going, has to keep attacking. Big right arm over the top here from Palchik. Needs to take advantage of it. Sleeve lapel, hips across. Now it's going to happen. Oh, no, he used his head. Palcic used his head then on the mat. You cannot use your head on the mat now. That is one of the rules that's come out here. So it'll be interesting to see now what comes of this. But I thought that Palcic used his head there to help the movement. Have a look at this in slow motion. Look at his head go down. So you've got to ask yourself, was it purposely thrown into the mat there to help the movement? And if it was, then Palcic will lose this. Definitely wasn't, I don't think, a score for Nikiforov. Interesting. Yes. So he doesn't know what it's for, but he'll have a look back in slow motion and he'll see that the head went into the mat. Well, I know that they'll probably contact us to have a look at that to see what happened. And
ladies and gentlemen, the winner and gold medalist for men under 100.
It's not just about head diving, but it's head diving directly down or to the side. Any part of the head that touches the mat and uses the mat to spring off, and it can end in what we've just seen. Absolutely tragic, though, for Palcic.
I think the other thing that's important to mention, and only because you just said about tragic, is what we're looking to avoid is a possible tragedy. So the execution of a technique that ends with an athlete putting its head on the tatami in the execution of a technique is what we want to avoid, because we don't want a tragedy.
Absolutely, and I think that it's probably a massive lesson here that probably a lot of other athletes are going to pick up on. So you can see there that could have been it could have been horrible. You know, it really could have, and it just really throws everything into it here. And it's not like Nikiforov forced his head into the mat.
No,
it didn't at all. That all came from Palcic.
Of the final contest for men under 100 kilogram category on the screen. Once again, you can see
people may ask, okay, well, what could Nikiforov have done? Well, what could he have done differently? Well, what did he do? He went with head first onto the tatami. So he's gone in the wrong direction.
Yeah, the other thing is, if you have a look, I mean, Nikiforov thought, well, it was my score, but you can't get the score for just rolling over with your opponent. It's got to come from you, you know, so you've got to control it with the hands. It has to be tewaza, it has to be either gaeshi as well, and it wasn't. And so it definitely for me wasn't a score for Nikiforov either. But anyway, it's one that obviously the supervisors, everybody will look at and learn a big lesson from.
We come now to the awarding ceremony for the women in the under 78 kilo category.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the medal ceremony for the women's under 78 kilogram category.
Mesdames et messieurs, remise de récompense, catégorie féminine, moins de 78 kilos.
The medals will be presented by the former Prime Minister of France, Mr. Jean-Pierre Raffarin.
The medals are being presented by the former Prime Minister of France, Mr. Jean-Pierre Raffarin. First of the bronze medals goes to Lee Jong-un of the Republic of Korea. There's a bronze medal also for Madeleine Malonga of France.
Silver medalist representing Japan, Umeki Mami.
Silver medal goes to Umeki Mami of Japan.
Representing France.
la France, Audrey.
But the gold medal goes to Audrey Chemio of France. And just before Neil gets in there, I'll steal his thunder by saying, yes, the stadium announcer did make the most of it.
And can you blame him?
Why
Brilliant,
not?
absolutely brilliant. She was brilliant today. She had a great day. We saw her face go from a massive smile, didn't we, in the opening seconds,
Best shot.
to absolute shock.
Yeah. Great shot that was.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of France.
Now the national anthem of France.
Thank you very much. Family picture with VIPs and judoka.
Et maintenant la photo avec les officiels.
Malonga and Lee were the bronze medal winners. Umeki it was who took the silver, but Chemio was the crowd pleaser to take the gold medal.
Mesdames et messieurs, veuillez applaudir les médaillés.
We need a crowd pleaser, don't we? We definitely need those. Always nice to see the home nation with a gold medal, somebody on top of the rostrum. Not only that, it's what it does for judo in that country. Not that they need a lot, the French, look at that. They've got it organised.
Coming up next, the first of the bronze medal contests in the plus 78 kilo category. Leah Fontaine of France comes up against Kim Hae-yoon of the Republic of Korea. It'll be Fontaine in the white judogi, Kim in blue. And the referee in the middle for this one is Roberta Correa of Chile.
Well, Kim is 1-0 up in the head-to-heads.
Sur le tapis numéro 3, place de troisième en bleu pour la France, par 2 fois médaillée en Grand Slam, Julia Kolofua. Et en blanc pour la Tunisie, médaillée de bronze au World Master de Caen 2021, Riel Cherou. Sur le tapis numéro 2, en bleu pour la République de Corée, par 2 fois médaillée en Grand Slam, Kim Hae-yoon. Et en blanc pour la France, la vice-championne d'Europe, également médaille d'argent ici même en 2021, Léa Fontaine.
This will be all about movement here. Kim will want to keep moving, keep lively, doesn't want to stay still for 1 second. Oh, Uchigari there from Kim. Oh, now then. Both fell together there, but we look at who initiated that. I think it was Fontaine that initiated it. They kind of landed together, so better with no score given. Definitely Fontaine went for it. Of course, Kim tried the counter. When they both land together and you have a situation like that, better to give no score.
Yes, there's a feeling that at the end of that, Fontaine was no longer in control. And then the question comes, had Kim taken over? So the decision by the referee was confirmed after the review. Going to have to come up with a better plan than that.
I was going to say a little bit of panic stations there from Kim.
Just collapsed there, picked up Bushido.
Seem to remember the last contest between these two. Kim just stayed on her bike all the time. Look at that left arm of Kim, though. She's going to pick up a second penalty if she's not careful here. Ah, well, she went for the Kosoto there, and Kim almost rotated onto the Uchimata there. Almost spun it round.
Danger now. Leah Fontaine gets the grip around the waist. Kim has to bail out of that action and
definitely looking for the counter, isn't she, Fontaine? Now it's going to happen. Something's going to happen from here. Oh, big forward technique there from Fontaine. Well, it needed to give them just a tiny bit longer there, I thought.
Half the contest gone, just the single Shido against Kim. Again, the right arm around the waist. Fontaine threatening to go across on that right side.
Yeah, she needs to do it because it's not a traditional grip. She's just resting that right arm around the waist.
She picks up a penalty for the gripping infringement. Maybe not the one that we were thinking about, but
no,
one anyway.
It wasn't, but... Well, it's going to be another Shido apiece here any second now. 2 feet went out of the area then from Fontaine. Shido, I think.
Raccourcis la distance, redresse-toi. Redresse-toi.
Well, I don't know why it wasn't 2.
I just heard the 1.
Yeah.
It was against Leah Fontaine. And she does pick up the second Shido, you're right. So both fighters penalised twice now. Fontaine looking to go over on the right side. Makikomi didn't have quite the same finish as we saw a couple of fights ago.
Yeah, well, 26 seconds left, and is it going to go into a golden score situation? Circling around here, Kim, looking for the Ouchi again. Uchimata this time. Oh, now there was a break there, wasn't there? There was definitely a break.
Yeah, yeah. The only chance there was for Fontaine to muscle Kim onto her back and hold her. But no chance of a score. This one's going into golden score.
Well, I can't see it going on much longer, actually, this now. I think just a flurry of attacks here from Kim will be enough. There's one more, I think, will do it. How nice to see that, and the youngsters up there really enjoying it. Judo Fest. Now another attack. There's another good one, and a change of direction, and that's it. Gets the Wazari for it, and Kim does it. Nice change of direction, actually, from Kim. Nice technique just to finish it all off.
Kim Ha-yun of the Republic of Korea overcoming Leah Fontaine in that bronze medal contest. The other bronze medal contest, by the way, Julia Tolofua of France and Nihel Chekrahu of Tunisia. Well, it was Julia Tolofua who won out in that one. We'll have a look at the highlights, and then we'll be back with the final of the plus 78 kilo category.
She always had to keep moving. Couldn't afford to just stand there. In the end, she was looking for the Ouchi and the Uchimata. So this time it went Uchimata into Ouchi, and change of direction was enough to take Fontaine onto her back. Good commitment there from Kim.
Coming up next, the final of the plus 78 kilo category. Tomita Wakaba of Japan goes up against Roman Diko of France. It'll be Tomita in the white judogi, Diko in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Vyacheslav Peretyeko of Uzbekistan. So a chance here, Neil, for the French to hear their national anthem again.
I think so, and I think it's, well, you've always been very appreciative of Roman Diko, and you said that she's going to be one of the next ones, don't you, on the top of the rostrum for Olympic or World Championships. So let's just see what she can do here in front of a home crowd. Tomita, she's out to prove a point as well, that she's the world #1. Or the Japanese #1, should I say. So Diko in blue here, and Tomito of Japan in white. And it's going to be all action here, because Diko, I can tell you now, goes for Ippon.
Diko already a double Olympic medalist, gold in the teams and bronze in the individual. How does that, you know, it's in one fell swoop. And she's got more to come, as Neil was saying. I hinted at that when we first saw her. I don't think that was any secret. The first time anyone saw her, they realised, wow, we got something special on our hands here.
She does get caught, but that's because she opens up. She goes for the Ippon. And Tomita also, she's a big thrower as well. So possible that it could go either way. Both right-handed, both looking for that front foot there. But watch the big hand of Diko when it gets the chance to come into action there. She's going to throw it across. There it is. Everybody rises to it as soon as that arm's across there.
Likes the Makikomi, doesn't she?
Doing the right thing there, Tomita, by taking that sleeve, stopping that arm. But she'll have to go in off it as well now. Well, that's going to be the gripping strategy here. The referee looking at it, but giving it chance here, because it could end in a score.
Diko may just want to try to take the arm over, irrespective of not having control. Just say, okay, I will take that arm over with me.
See, this is where she would have been shidoed before, just by ripping it off. But by being positive afterwards, going forwards again. Much better. It takes time to set up a grip. Look at how strong they are. Now it's about right. Two shidos then for Tomita. A shido apiece there. Diko's got one as well.
She's going to need another tactic, Tomita. She just looked after that shido as though she realised it. Came up with a couple of attacks.
Now they can feel it. Look at the crowd. Ah, looking for the Ouchi.
Oh, what a turn!
Now what a massive turn that was from Tomita. And that did quieten everybody down, I have to say.
All of the momentum from
absolutely
Diko was turned against her.
100% momentum there, turned against her. Tomita throws with the biggest Ippon. That was massive. Wow. And she's shaking her head there, but it's not shaking her head because she doesn't think it's right. She's shaking her head disappointment, I think. That really was a great change of direction.
The mechanics were all in favour of Tomita, because everything that Diko had was going in to that effort.
Yeah. And I know there's going to be some people out there going, well, the ride and roll, it's not allowed anymore. Counter-attack is use of the hands, use of the gaeshi in order to turn them, as long as it happens above the mat area, doesn't drive into the mat. Look at that. That all happened above the mat there. And she pulls with that Saruti hand there, that's lapel hand, and she drives her with the left hand there, controls it all the way over. And it was a steering wheel action, wasn't it? All the way through there. Absolute brilliance there from the Japanese. Diko gave it her all. She put everything into that, and you were right there when you just said that it was steered all the way through.
Tomita's got her hands in exactly the right position for carrying out that movement, and all the weight is going in that direction. It's actually fairly easy because of all the power coming from Diko. Tomita just has to steer her in that direction.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
We come now to the awarding ceremony for the men in the under 100 kilo category.
Maintenant, cérémonie, remise de récompense, catégorie masculine, moins de 100 kilos.
The medals will be presented by the owner and managing director of Bové.
The medals are being presented by the owner and managing director of Bové, Mr. Pascal Refi. The first of the bronze medals goes to Ida Kentaro of Japan. There's a bronze medal also for Muzafarbek Toroboyev of Uzbekistan. Silver medal goes to Peter Palchik of Israel.
And gold medalist representing Belgium, Toma Nikiforov.
And the gold medal goes to Toma Nikiforov of Belgium.
Yeah, what a great fight that was. Two gentlemen up there. Absolutely. They were always going to take it in the right way, no matter which one of them won, of course. I think it's a situation this where Palchik will have a look at exactly what cost him the gold medal here, but he'll learn from it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Belgium.
Mesdames et messieurs, veuillez vous lever.
And now the national anthem of Belgium.
Thank you very much. Family picture with the VIPs and judoka.
Photo des médaillés avec les officiels.
Yeah, Toroboyev towering over the other medal winners on the podium.
I don't think I've ever seen such a tall under 100 kilo fighter.
Head and shoulders.
Yeah, literally.
Above
Literally,
them,
yeah. But what a talent.
And he threw as well. He threw people today. Toroboyev and Ida, the bronze medal winners. Palchik, sorry, was a silver medal winner. It was Nikiforov who came away with the gold medal. Neil, we've just got the one weight category to come now, the plus 100 kilo weight category. The first of the bronze medal contests features Joseph Terek of France. He goes up against Kim Min-jong of the Republic of Korea. It'll be Terek in the white judogi, Kim in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Vladimir Nutsubidze of Georgia.
Prime example here, Kim Min-jong, of course, high world rankings, but Terek hasn't. He will add world ranking points to his tally for sure, with even a 5th place here, but he's fighting for 3rd. He's on home ground. Kim Min-jong has worked his way up the world rankings over the last 2 years.
Veuillez applaudir les judokas.
Terek in white here, Kim Min-jong in blue. Oh, Yoko Toshi. Yeah, just managed to drive him onto his back there, Terek.
Felt that, didn't he? Terek, you could see with the hands.
That's twice now he's done it, isn't it? It's twice that he's killed it absolutely dead. And it's... Defense is not just about thrusting somebody's body into the mat, is it? It's about body movement as well. Done it well.
And then he looked to go left-sided with that Ippon Seoinage.
Saying that, yeah, I was just about to say Terek hasn't attacked yet either.
He just shaped. I wouldn't even call it an attack. He was just moved his shoulder in and then was back out. Yeah, I think he is going to pick up a penalty. Well spotted, Neil. He's going to tidy up the advertising patch that has come unstuck from the judogi. We're back underway. Single Shido against the Frenchman. Well, I've seen stronger Tatami was attacks than that.
Tried the Tominagi, didn't he? But, well, Terek seems pretty good on his feet. Or Kim at the moment. Kim's the one that's taking the fight to Terek. He needs to get on the pace now. One more penalty and it'll put him in trouble.
Well, he showed just a flash of the Seoinage earlier. Let's have another look at it. It's time he rolled that one out again.
Good Seoinage this time from Kim.
Second Shido, fairly quick in coming as well.
Yeah, it is. I mean, he's waiting for the counter, and like I say, he's got good balance. Waited for the counter, but you can't do that, can you? You've got to go, and that's going to be a wazari, isn't it? There's a wazari scored.
You can't climb on your opponent's back either.
So this time,
when he got there was a direction not to go in, and that was straight ahead. Just made it that little bit too easy. Mind you, his hands were completely trapped. There was nowhere else for him to go. That was the problem.
Nowhere to go, and doing everything right. Good change of direction this time.
Well, a huge task now for Terek. Come back from wazari down, minute and a half left to go. Big problem for him is that Germain Andriev of France is involved in another bronze medal contest on the other side. He won't want to lose here and then have his teammate win.
That's it, it's all over.
Beautifully there.
Yeah, what a beautiful Seotoshi. No, Seotoshi,
yeah, because he dropped there.
Yes, because he went downwards. Yeah. So Seotoshi there from Kim finishes it all off. It was a matter of time. I don't think he was that far off the third Shido.
Anyhow.
Yeah.
So a little bit of work yet before Terek becomes the, inheritor of the #1 super heavyweight position in France.
Yeah, it's a tough act to follow, isn't it? You know, how do you do that? But
Kim Min-jong, Republic of Korea, picks up a bronze medal. It is an exceptionally difficult act to follow. A few contenders, but until they start meddling, it's going to be a long time before Teddy Rinne's name gets pushed aside.
I don't think it ever will, but that was nice seeing Aggie, wasn't it? He had two little stabs just to open it up there. Surati hand and the Kazushi hand working overtime, and then that very low Seatoshi there just takes him and rolls him over for a second Wazari.
Couldn't get any lower.
No, you couldn't have more of a differentiation from Tayatoshi to Seatoshi if you want to know the difference.
It's been a good competition for France, despite the fact that we've just witnessed their defeat in that super heavyweight bronze medal contest. Obviously made all the better by the results of Margot Pinot and Audrey Chemio. Okay, well,
some great performances from the French. They always perform well here, don't they? You know, you can't help but perform well.
Not to forget that on day one, Amandine Bouchard kicked things off for them with a gold medal in the under 52 kilo category.
So we just seen that Kagura, the world champion at heavyweight of Japan, who was fighting for third place against Andreev of France, has just narrowly squeezed through there. He had a Wazari on the board, but almost got scored on. That's what the crowd were oohing and ahhing about there, but it wasn't counted in the end. So Kagura wins the bronze medal.
I'll just come back very quickly to something I was mentioning earlier. It wasn't the biggest of weight categories, the plus 100. You had 16 in there, and of the 16, 4 of them were from France. There were 4 French super heavyweights in there. Not one of them managed to get on the podium. And for me, that's this glaring problem that they've got in replacing someone, you know, like Teddy Rinne. They've been so successful. The medals have come, you know, thick and fast from that area. You would have hoped that by now you would have found a replacement.
I honestly think that until he retires, that they won't come through. I think it will stop him. They all know that even if he decided to do this Olympic Games now, he's going to go.
He'll be the pick.
He will.
Yeah.
One more match to go, and this Paris Grand Slam will be concluded, and it's the heavyweight plus 100 kilos final.
Yes, the final of the plus 100 kilo category. Odku Setsengeng of Mongolia goes up against Ushangi Kokauri of Azerbaijan. It'll be Odku in the white judogi, Kokauri in blue, and the referee in the middle for this one is Raul Camacho of Spain.
Kokauri, of course, was second in the World Championships in 2018. Placed in almost every tournament that he's done in the Grand Prix, Grand Slam tournaments.
And now, please welcome the finalists. In blue judogi, representing Azerbaijan, 2018 World Silver Medalist.
Odku, of course, coming through as a junior and just establishing himself in the seniors. Winner in Abu Dhabi in 2021. That was his first and his only senior Grand Prix win, Grand Slam win, sorry. And he celebrated in style there. That was quite remarkable. But should be a good one, this. Odku in white. Kukuri in blue. I really don't know which way this is going to go, this match.
Well, oddly enough, Ushangi Kokari has never been in a Grand Slam final. He's picked up 3 bronze medals, but he's never been in a final before. So not only is he in uncharted territory, but so is Odku. So.
Well, yeah, the last time they met, Odku lost to Kukuri. Big arm over. Now then, what's going to happen here? Be nice if they take a chance, both of these. And it looks to me as if they're going to open it up. That's nice. By opening it up, I mean taking a chance there to score and to get the ippon. That's a Shido if he keeps breaking away like that. Yeah, so he broke the grip, didn't go back in, gets the Shido for it. I like that.
Sorry, did I say that this was uncharted territory? Only for Kokari, because Odku,
yeah, no, he's
Grand Slam gold medal winner from Abu Dhabi.
Grand Slam, yeah.
Jumped in with one arm, so no problems there.
Oh, one of these is going to go. Something's going to happen here. Now, has he got
He's
it?
tapped already.
Yes. It's all over.
How sharp was that?
It was really good. Transition there. Superb. Odku wins by ippon with a great shimiwaza there. 2 Grand Slam wins for Odku. Now then.
Ladies and gentlemen, winner and gold medalist for men.
Kept his head up there, didn't he? All at the wrong time.
I can't remember seeing a tap so quickly.
Yeah, no, it was on straight away, wasn't it? There, just and not used to it, probably. Obviously.
First gold medal in the Paris Grand Slam. Odku Mongolia.
Well, that's a great result for Setsensengel. Odku Setsensengel, because it just confirms the fact that Abu Dhabi wasn't, you know, that was not something that was not going to happen again. He's just repeated it. Another Grand Slam gold.
Do you remember his celebration as well? He was, you know, quite unusual for somebody from Mongolia who could normally pretty reserved and, you know, would take it well, but he was celebrating big.
Sendocha gives it.
Did it well here, though, didn't he? Look at that. Just climbs on top for the shimiwaza. Already had the lapel hand in position. So as he goes down here, keeps his head up, and just as the climb in,
okay, yeah,
and he's almost drumming the mat.
That was on very quickly.
Odku wins then. Silver medal for Kokori.
Well, we've got the awarding ceremony for the women in the plus 78 kilo category coming up now.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the medal ceremony for the women's over 78 kilogram category.
Mesdames et messieurs, cérémonie de remise de récompense catégorie féminine, plus de 78 kilos.
The medals are going to be presented by the General Secretary of the International Judo Federation, Mr. Jean-Luc Rouget.
Mr. Jean-Luc Rouget.
Great judo man himself, Jean-Luc.
Representing France, Julia
The first of the bronze medals goes to Julia Tolofua of France. There's a bronze medal also for Kim Ha-yoon of the Republic of Korea.
Silver medalist representing France, Roman Dicot.
Silver medal goes to Roman Dicot of France.
And gold medalist.
The gold medal goes to Tomita Wakaba of Japan.
Prize money and the flowers will be presented by the Deputy General Secretary of France Judo, Mr. Jérôme Bretolou. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Japan.
And now the national anthem of Japan.
Thank you very much. Family picture with the VIPs and judoka.
Et maintenant, photo des médaillés avec les officiels.
Tolofua and Kim were the bronze medal winners. Dicot, it was, who picked up the silver, but the gold medal went to Tomita. We've got one more awarding ceremony to bring you. And before we do that, we're going to show you a little highlights package, and we'll be back with the last of the awarding ceremonies.
Mesdames et messieurs, à l'issue de ces deux journées du Paris Grand Slam 2022, voici le classement des médailles. En tête de ce classement, le Japon, avec 7 médailles d'or, 5 médailles d'argent, 6 médailles de bronze. À la seconde place, la France, avec 3 médailles d'or, 1 médaille d'argent et 7 médailles de bronze. Vient ensuite la Mongolie, avec 2 médailles d'or, 1 médaille d'argent, 1 médaille de bronze. Quatrième position, la Géorgie, 1 médaille d'or, 1 d'argent et 2 de bronze. En cinquième position, la Belgique, 1 médaille d'or, 1 médaille de bronze. Sixième position, la République de Corée, 2 médailles d'argent, 3 médailles de bronze. Septième position, l'Azerbaïdjan, avec 2 médailles d'argent. Huitième position, Israël, avec 1 médaille d'argent. 9e, le Kosovo avec 1 médaille de bronze. Puis vient l'Ouzbékistan, 3 médailles de bronze. Et puis les Pays-Bas, la Pologne, la Suisse, la Croatie, la Turquie, 1 médaille de bronze. Les ralentis de cette deuxième journée sur vos écrans.
Well, the athletes are lined up and ready for the awarding ceremony for the men in the plus 100 kilo category.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the medal ceremony for the men's over 100 kilogram category.
Mesdames et messieurs, cérémonie, remise de récompense, catégorie masculine, plus de 100 kilos.
The medals will be presented by the IJF guest, Mr. Alexander Baev.
The medals are being presented by the International Judo Federation special guest, Mr. Alexander Baev. The first of the bronze medals goes to Kageura Kokoro of Japan. There's a bronze medal also for Kim Min-jong of the Republic of Korea.
Silver medalist representing Azerbaijan.
Silver medal goes to Ushangi Kokauri of Azerbaijan. And the gold medal goes to Odku Setsensengel of Mongolia.
Prize money and the flowers will be presented by the mayor of Olbia, Dr. Setimonitsi. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Mongolia.
Mesdames et messieurs, veuillez vous lever pour l'hymne national de la Mongolie.
And now the national anthem of Mongolia.
Thank you very much.
I think that brought tears to his eyes.
I think so. I think we saw some family up there as well watching. Tears all around. What a great way to finish this Paris Grand Slam 2022.
Mesdames et messieurs, veuillez applaudir les médaillés de la
Kagura and Kim there with the bronze medals. Kakuri of Azerbaijan, the silver. Odku of Mongolia wins the gold medal, and tears all around there to finish off this fantastic Paris Grand Slam. It was great to see capacity crowds again, and it was great to see the level of competition rising to such a wonderful crowd. Medals, of course, for Japan, way ahead there. 7 golds, 5 silvers, 3 sixth places. They're way ahead in first place. France second, 3 golds, a silver, 7 bronzes. Mongolia with 2 golds, 1 silver, 1 bronze. Georgia with a gold and a silver, 2 bronzes. Belgium with a gold and a bronze. South Korea, 2 silvers, 3 bronze. Azerbaijan, 2 silvers. And then Israel, Kosovo with a silver apiece there, and the bronze medals, Uzbekistan with 3. next. They're in 10th place, and the Netherlands there with a bronze. Poland, Switzerland, Croatia and Turkey all with bronze medals. And wow, medals split all over the place there, and you've got to say that that was pure magic. It shows what an international sport we have. We're going to be back in 2 weeks' time in Tel Aviv for more judo action from Sheldon and myself. It's been an absolute honor as always. It's goodbye for now, and we'll see you in Tel Aviv.